Okay, so we had an intro plan for this one. We were actually going to do a cover of Code Lyoko for the intro of Code Lyoko anyway. But we had the files, but I'm not going to have time to put them in here if I want to get them at the end of the month. So I apologize. But instead, let's just go right to the episode, and we promise later we will hopefully be able to put the cover of Code Lyoko up for you all to watch or listen to or whatever. So thank you for your time. Sorry, I'm kind of in a rush right now. So yes, here's the episode. Hope you enjoy, and thank you for watching.
Hello and everyone, welcome to Desu.
Desu!
Too much Desu.
And there's never enough Desu, come on. Anyways, this week we are talking about the ever-popular Code Lyoko. Because, you know, Code Lyoko certainly means love on Valentine's Day. Well, technically it is French, so...
That language to do with it.
Technically the French language is the language of love, so...
Well, because it's a... language that's based off Roman.
Anyways, I technically did the research for this one, but Sam is going to be the one doing the actual reading of the first part. So do the thing. Do the thing with the thing.
What thing with the thing?
You know the thing.
Go ahead and start with the overview.
I did. Oh, the wow, dude. No. Okay. Code Lyoko is a French animated series that was created by Thomas Romain and
Tanya Palumbo.
If you would give me 5 seconds. Tanya Palumbo. The series of Code Lyoko ran for 95 episodes, which is actually pretty good. And it started on September 3rd, 2003 and ended on November 10th, 2007. The show later got a sequel called Code Lyoko Evolution.
It's terrible!
I'm not giving an opinion right now, which started running on January 5th, 2013 and lasted until December 19th, 2013, going for 26 episodes, which had CGI and live action. The show originates from a short film called L'Enfant font le cinéma, or The Children Make Their Movies. Yay, I know French. And was directed by Thomas Romain. And the plot of this movie was later developed into the series Garage Kids, which brought Code Lyoko. The opening theme for the show is Un monde sans danger. I cannot say that word in French, so it's danger. If you would shut up!
Easy.
Un monde sans danger, says the guy who said he can't read French.
I can read a little bit.
Or A World Without Danger, / Code Lyoko theme by Julian. Shut up!
Can I say something?
By Julian. Let me finish. Lamasson. I pray to God I said your name right, sir. Sung in English by Gnome. And the ending themes are A World Without Danger instrumental for season 1 and Breakaway instrumental by the Subdigitals for seasons 2 through 4. Now you may speak.
Now can I fangazm over the brilliant opening theme song for this?
Why did you have to say that?
Which we can't play because of copyright.
Yes. We sadly cannot play it because of copyright. But either way, A World Without Danger is possibly my favorite American-made theme song ever.
Not American.
I like the English version more than the French version, but...
That's because you're so American and you only like American.
Yay! No.
I haven't even heard the French version.
I haven't either, honestly, but...
It's amazing. Then how the fuck do you have
I'm joking.
Opinion?
I have heard it. Anyways. But no, A World Without Danger is possibly one of the best openings I've ever heard. Do you not agree?
I agree.
One of the best.
I don't think it's the best.
I said one of the best.
I think...
I know.
In my brain, I remember one of the intros back from when I was a wee old lad and actually watched this show.
Oh, good lord.
No, I remember the show, like, wait, the opening still is in my head. I remember that. It didn't seem very specific. But, yeah, the melody's in my head, but the words were, I remember them being very bland.
Because they were. It was the melody that catches you. It's the melody that would get you.
Yeah, but other than that...
The lyrics were definitely very bland. In French, it had a little bit more. In English, not so much.
Because I remember the lyrics being, like, just very simple and effective for getting catchy, but it was not the words, it was the melody. It's like, it works. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so Sorry, I'm also eating food.
It's okay.
Anyways, then on to the story that is my department, so yay. The story focuses on 6 kids who dive into a virtual world called Lyoko in order to stop a psychotic machine from destroying everything. Now, while that is the baseline for how the show is, there is far more with some of the characters even getting their own central plots. The first season of the original series is focused on Jeremy Balpoy. Please tell me something.
Yeah.
Balpoy. Sorry. See, when I want to speak French, I can't. When I don't want to, I obviously can.
It's fine. Keep going.
Or pronounce French, not actually speak French.
Go!
Shush! Anyway, trying to materialize Aelita into the real world, as well as stopping Xana from taking control of the world. The second season focuses on Aelita adjusting to real life, as well as trying to find her lost memories. The third and final season is focused on a newcomer, William Dunbar, who on his first excursion into the digital world was taken over by Xana and stayed that way until the episode Down to Earth. Yuck. Anyways. The characters also have very different personalities from each other. Jeremy Balpoy is, and I said it right this time, yay. Jeremy Balpoy is the smart character who stays generally in the background, but he is possibly one of the most dangerous people in the series to at least Xana. Because I can speak today. Because he has just as much power over the digital world, over Lyoko, as Xana does. Sammy, do you want to talk about Odd?
Yay.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Odd De La Robbia is the Joker or the goof off of the series, which occasionally makes him seem lazy, but he is one of the harder fighters, but he is also agile, because he's based off of a cat, with his reflexes and his main weapon being the arrow, but he also happens to have another power that gives him future vision because he can see flashes of what could happen, and he uses that to change what the outcome can be.
He also has his claws.
And because with being a cat.
Yes, meow.
Stop it!
Anyways, Tibbet is just being quiet in the background.
I'm just listening to you two. It's okay.
You always listen to us too.
Yeah, because you're kind of like just the silent older brother who just watches things go down.
I'm big brother, yo. What you talking about?
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
Anyways, Ulrich Stern is the brooding, because I can speak today, character Ulrich Stern is a brooding character when you look at him, but he is shown to care heavily for his friends and is willing to protect them from anything. His main weapon is the katana, as well as his super speed and his triple key ability.
Which I actually liked him most as a warrior because while he couldn't throw, he was the most well-rounded fighter. Because you can do close up, but you can also dodge, and then with the triple thing, you can technically pull off range attacks. So
right, and also, technically speaking, the ability to multiply yourself, as well as, I believe, super speed, are all known ninja, not even known, they're known ninja abilities, which, they're
Naruto,
not,
I will kill you.
They are technically Naruto, but no. In a lot of ninja movies, in a lot of movies that have to do with ninjas, is ninja or ninja?
Ninja.
Yeah,
ninja. Thank you. In a lot of ninja movie, the ninja tends to have the ability to replicate themselves, to have an abnormal amount of speed. So yes, he's based on that on a samurai, but he has the abilities of a ninja for some unknown reason. The one who should have had it though is Yumi Ishiyama. She is the sort of emo character. She is also very kind-hearted, especially to Ulrich and to Aelita, giving their girl who is a stranger to this world someone to talk to. Her main weapon is, in fact, a fan, which she can throw.
And she's the in-character katana from Mortal Kombat.
Essentially.
She also has telekinesis. Don't forget that part.
Oh yeah, she could. Yeah, very mild. That's right.
She also has telekinesis. So I forget to sometimes put in their special abilities. Sabby, could you do Aelita's, please? Because I don't want to butcher her last name.
You do realize it's just that you say the last name like Tim Schafer.
It's Schaefer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Aelita
like
Schaefer. Aelita Schaefer is the daughter of the creator of Xena and Lyoko. She had gotten trapped in the virtual world by her father, who got out thanks to the efforts of Jeremy. Oh, no. And got out thanks to the efforts of Jeremy. Sorry. That made it sound like the father got out. No, that doesn't happen until later. She is the innocent character as well as the naive at times character, but she has been willing to take shots for her friends before and probably will again. Her main weapon is the terrain itself, being able to manipulate them to her and her friends' advantage. She doesn't really have an actual weapon, does she?
I don't think she gains one until later.
She's more like the in-game level editor.
And then we get to the Black Sheep. Oh, good lord. William Dunbar is the newest addition to the crew.
You sound so pissy about it.
Can I just... I'm going to talk about William Dunbar, and he's like the up-and-comer.
God damn it, Lamp!
He just seems like the kind of kid who would be that kind of voice. I don't know.
Yeah. I can hear it, and now I can't unhear it.
Yes, I know. I'm happy. I'm happy.
You're right.
Anyway.
Okay.
He is that guy, that overconfident guy at, I think it's called Caddick Academy.
Yeah.
Who often fights the Mr. Ulrich for Yumi's attention, so like the love triangle. He's the love triangle edition there. And when, like romantic enemy / antagonist. When he was first introduced in the series, he was shown to be a lone wolf. But Yumi sees him as a friend and is like, oh, he develops feelings for her. How cute. Despite his differences with the others, he becomes a trusted ally. Although, of course, the Jeremy, Ulrich, Odd, and Aelita initially are cool with it. They don't really reach Yumi's. They don't really have the approval of Yumi. But however, they finally let him in when it becomes necessary. So understandable.
Yes,
but of course,
good
but he's captured by Xanon the first time. Way to go, newbie! And makes him the puppet. So from that point, a clone of him is used to pose as the real one until the fake one is able to be free. Technically, but the Jeremy's program isn't really able to work properly. So the clone is either to act really unintelligent or unpredictable. But near the end, the clone starts to develop several human-like traits, so Uncanny Valley, which eventually is used to help the warriors. But in Lyoko, William carries a giant sword and has a white outfit, which becomes black when he's under the control of the main villain. He travels to the factory on foot and is unknowledgeable on how to use the supercomputer.
So then, technically speaking, he is, what's his name? From Final Fantasy.
He is not Cloud.
Yes, he is. He is.
No, he's Vincent. He's Vincent.
No.
Huh?
He is more Vincent than Cloud.
Alright, he's Vincent with Cloud's weapon.
We'll go with that.
Fair enough. Lucrezia!
I'm still playing that game. Leave me alone.
Alright, now it's time for a tidbit of the world.
Actually, shouldn't we talk about the monsters, technically, under the character tab?
Wouldn't that be under the world, though?
Under the world.
Yeah.
Either way, you're talking about them, so...
Yeah, okay, I guess we'll mention them there. There are two worlds. One is the human world, which technically hasn't been named, although it is most likely France. And then it's a private school, so they're nice rich kids that go to the school, and...
Oh yeah, another show about rich kids going to a school.
That is irony. And they form a technical club
Oh! I just got that. I am slow today.
No, I was like, wait a second, there is similarities. Holy crap!
There are actually quite a few similarities, except for that.
Sorry, I didn't even think.
Except for
about
that, the host club doesn't actually go to digital world or anything. But
no, but at the same time, there is some similarities.
Yeah, there is some.
I mean, because the other world is the digital sea or digital world, and that's the world.
Digimon.
No, not like that. We're also like this will be soon. It's going to be like this is going to be the second one that we do, and the third one's coming up soon. So, like the third one that actually focuses on a school.
Oh yeah.
So
hint. But the other world, the digital sea, the digital sea is that's where Xana, the evil virus, lurks. And it is split into 4 sections based on different elements. Like there's a rocky section, there's an icy section, and apparently each world has a core, from what I remember. And then they actually are able to go into them and explore them in later seasons.
So there's only one core.
There's only one core.
Oh, okay. There's a core hub transport.
So wait. So Xana is essentially a shark.
In a way, yes. But I also pose him as more as a metaphorical cat, since cats in mythology can travel dimensions. He's like the cat of the virus world.
I suppose.
And I really wouldn't say he's a shark, because the digital sea is technically not a place in this world. It's just something where data goes and is erased.
It's supposed to be like the barrier between the World Wide Web and Lyoko.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And if you fall into the World Wide Web, you are lost forever.
Exactly. Like when you go to 4chan.
Actually, I just thought about something. All of the shows that we have done so far, all of them have had at least one person who is a school related in some way, shape, or form.
That is a very that's not even unique to anime. A lot of schools a lot of shows just do that.
I'm just saying, because Fruits Basket, school, Inuyasha had Kagome, and Host Club,
it was
school
just
people.
The whole school.
Everything in school.
God dang, school's everywhere. No, we were learning.
Well, I guess it makes sense, because in Japan you're considered to be living your life once you're out of school, once you're out of high school, you're considered an adult. You can't really do all the really crazy stuff that you could do when you were in school. So I guess it makes sense for a lot of these shows to focus on school life rather than on after school life.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, we do have one that focuses on after school life, but technically it's still school.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
What I was going to say, in the world itself, they have, in the loosest sense for me, monsters, because they look cool in animation. But, like the Hornet enemy, they don't do much. In fact, if anything, they're like the target
fire lasers.
Sorry to interrupt you, Lamp.
It's okay.
They're like the putties from the original Power Rangers.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I equate them to, is putties from the original Power Rangers.
But they're not even the weakest ones. The Cancrolites, I know I'm saying that wrong. The Cancrolites are the weakest ones, because they only appear in large groups. I think they're the really, really tiny ones.
Yeah, they're like the spiders with the crab. Yeah, like the little spider crab.
Yeah. They're those little tiny ones that are just They suck ass.
No. And the other ones that stuck out were the cube ones, the blocks apparently.
Oh, then there's the Crusher thing.
Yeah. Oh no, the one that made me laugh was.
They're awesome.
The one. Okay, that one I have a rant on. The Mega Tank was one of the laziest designs I've seen yet.
Hang on. It's about as lazy as Voltorb.
Yes, exactly. It's a ball that unrolls and explodes. That is it.
That's exactly what it is. It is Voltorb. No, legitimately, it is just a gigantic Voltorb. That's what I think that they were going for. It's just it is legitimately just a gigantic Voltorb.
Wait, it actually has a count on how much life damage it does?
Yes.
50.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
It can essentially what do they call it in Kill the Lyoko when you get sent back to the human world? What's it called?
Oh,
there's a name. There's a name for it.
Or something like that.
I don't. Yeah.
Devirtualize. I guess that makes sense. Or I was thinking D-Res, but no, that's
D-Res. That's Tron.
That's Tron.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Tron. I'm thinking Tron.
Yeah, no. It is according to it's a de-virtualization. Yeah, according to the.
So technically speaking, it could still be called D-Res.
No,
it can still be called
because D-Res is de-resolution means deletion.
Yeah, so technically
devirtualization.
just being,
I suppose. Anyways,
That's legitimately what it means.
Yeah, all right, yeah, but the Mega Tank can take out one of the kids right then and there without them being able to. Well, they can stop it. They can easily dodge it because it's essentially a vertical line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is it knocks out half of their hit points. They all have 100.
Well, I thought it knocked them out completely.
Can I mention the rather terrible design of the tarantula?
Yes, you can, because that thing is
A, it does not have 8 legs, it has 4, and B, it has to walk, crouch, and use the first 2 legs, which are terribly long, to shoot with, and the angle it actually has, it won't hit many things on the ground.
And then there's the Skipazoa, which, it's just, I'm not a fan of the Skipazoa either, like, it looks, I can see what it does being cool.
Oh, that thing!
Yeah, that thing. It's creepy, too.
Sorry, I just remembered. I looked up a picture for people who are confused as to why the heck I just did that.
The Skipazoa... yeah, no, but the Skipazoa's design looks silly. It looks absolutely silly.
It's the Coloca version of the blue magic card that basically does steal memories and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy as all can be. But, yeah, there's that.
I'm trying to remember. What was that one? There was another monster. It could hold Aelita, and the only way to get anybody out of it was to have a digital
that's
thing
the
outside of
Skipazoa.
it. No, it's not. The Skipazoa steals Aelita's memories.
Yes, but it also has to hold. It has to also hold Aelita. And
No. It is a bubble. It is literally a bubble.
Oh, really?
I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, and not only that, there's also those shark enemies that appeared in the core.
Oh, those are cool. I like those.
Those are awesome. I love those. But, anyways, continue with talking about the world.
Oh, aside from that, I forgot to mention, each time they go into the digital world, they have a tower in which they have to, rather easily, I might add, re-synchronize. And it's like, oh, look, all this episode, and you push 2 buttons, did a thing on the tower, and then, oh, look, it's fixed. It's like,
but the tower
reboot
does...
Windows? I mean, is that what you did? Reboot Windows?
The tower does sort of... It's supposed to act as essentially Xana's way into the human world. That's how it's supposed to act. Like a direct link into the human...
And then once you defrag your hard drive, then you're fine.
Anyways, let's move on to first impressions then. I'm the first one. I'm the first one here as well. For me, my first impression with this in particular is one of my favorite. It is one of my favorite animated shows ever. It has a really intricate plot line when you go through it. When you watch it all. It might seem really simple at first, but to me, I don't really think it is. I think my favorite part of it is Xana itself. Just as a villain, Xana.
May I interrupt you really fast?
Yeah.
Okay, I remembered what that thing was. It wasn't a monster. It was a program with the ability to capture and trap the warrior inside it rather than digitalization. It's called a guardian. It is that orange-looking capture thingy. That's what I was trying to think about. I couldn't remember what it was called. I'm sorry. There we go. I'm done.
That's fine. No, I'm done with my first impression. Lamp, you're next. So I like the show. I like it a lot. I think it's one of the best shows ever.
I'm now remembering. I've seen The Guardian now because I'm looking it up, and why did it spring to my Mortal Kombat on the PS2? I'm thinking that is. I'm sorry. Anyway,
first impressions. You're going off topic.
Me? No. But when I watched it the first time, I had distinct memories of not coming in at the beginning. It was like I came in maybe in the first fourth, and I remember thinking, "Wait, okay, this reminds me of a reboot," and I'm like, "Okay, I can do that." And then as I watched it, I grew to like it more because the character's more like, okay, it's more of a school level thing. Okay, it's not just a computer. That's fine. And after a while, I did, and I still think the character, like, the drama outside of the world was a bit flimsy, but it kind of grows on you in a good way. So, and I was like, alright, I can watch this for both sides, for digital world and regular. It's a good series, I'll keep going with that.
But by far, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done, that was it. So I grew to like it.
Sammy, go ahead, I'll talk about what I want to talk about when we get to characters.
My first impression, basically was, when I first saw it, I think it was on Magoozy, when it first came on, and I was just like,
The Goozy?
The Goozy?
It was an old thing, like right after Toonami went off of Cartoon Network.
Oh. Yeah, 'cause it was originally on Toonami, wasn't it?
No, it was on Magoozy. I'm not even going to try and explain that. For those of you who are old like me, you'll understand what I'm talking about.
I remember seeing it on Toonami. That's where I remember watching it.
It was on Magoozy on the afternoons. But anyway, that was the first time I saw it. It was on television. I had come home from school. I was flipping through the channels, saw it, and went, oh, okay. Okay, this is
weird.
Odd. I like it. That was basically shut up.
I'm sorry,
but no, like literally, it was just me liking. Like I just really fell in love with it because it had action,
so
and
wait,
it was one of those shows that drew me in.
Odd. I'm sorry, I had to.
Oh, okay, I'm seeing it now. Miguzi, a former weekday afternoon block that premiered on Cartoon Network on April 19, 2004. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
I didn't know Miguzi was a thing. Oh, wow.
I told you. Yes, it was.
I know. I never even heard of it before. That's cool.
Because it didn't really last that long, I don't think.
Defunct in 07.
Anyways, favorite characters. Lamp, you have the honor of starting this one.
I thought, originally I was going to say Ulrich, just because, samurai / ninja and stalwart, steadfast hero,
Brooding?
Not necessarily brooding. He was more like the traditional, he would be the samurai of the group. He was
brooding.
But he was stoic in that brooding. He wasn't entirely like, oh, I'm good, I hate everything. He was just like, I'm serious and I'm going to fight you. He was the honorable samurai. But later, I kind of developed a liking more towards Aelita. And the reason being, she's not, she's not a fighter. She's not a main, big force in the thing. But she was a huge helping, guiding force with the crew. Despite not being a physical character in the show beyond the digital world occasionally, she still had a presence. And the way they wrote that in surprised me. It's like, you made a character likable without even having her there half the time. Good job. So I'm going to vote for Aelita just because she's more of the support class, and that's the kind of character I usually go for, is support class.
Sammy, you're next.
Well, you already gave mine away. Mine's my.
Would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, I like the goofball characters. Always have, always will. So I was automatically drawn to Odd, and I don't know. I guess also because he seemed to be. After I read his profile and everything, he's the artist out of everybody, but also you see him be the goofball, but at the same time, he can be serious and stuff like that. And the way he picks on Sissy is freaking phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I hate that character with a passion, so every
Sissy.
time...
I always say this. Yes. Odd and Sissy are kind of my ship for this show.
Hell no!
I forgot about Sissy. She was... Oh,
Sissy
God.
Was interesting. I think she almost became a... Didn't she almost become a warrior at one point?
No. From what I remember, from the very first episode that has the origin story or something like that, basically, Sissy knew about Lyoko, but they all voted to not have her remember anything because she started blabbing about Lyoko.
Yeah.
So since they went back, she forgot everything, and they didn't tell her.
Anyways, my turn. Woo-hoo. For me, my favorite character is still a toss-up between everybody, but if I was forced to choose one, and sadly because of a lack of a really cute character, Jeremy Belpois would be probably the character that I would choose, simply because he is not your conventional fighter. He's still sort of a fighter in the group. He's still technically speaking a warrior in the technical sense, but he's... Think of him as like Billy from the original Power Rangers. Again, bringing that back up. I want to cover that at one point, by the way. He's sort of like Billy from the original Power Rangers after he stopped being one, when he became just a technical advisor.
That's true. I didn't think about that.
That is sort of what Jeremy is. He is a technical advisor, but he's also probably one of the most dangerous people to Xana, because he has just as much control over Lyoko as Xana does.
I was about to say... Sorry, go ahead.
He's able to teleport things in, such as their weapons, their cars, more ammo. By the way, there's also, rides, of course. Because, you can't have a show without rides.
What bugs me about the rides, I didn't mind the hoverboard, and the hover weird bike thing was okay. Why? But the one-wheeled bike... Really? You couldn't make a second wheel on that thing and make it look like an actual bike?
No, it was supposed to be futuristic, so...
And I'm sorry, since there's no thrusters or wings, how can it fly? It just hovers across the air.
It's called internet.
It's called the Konami code, yeah.
It's called, yes. He put it in the Konami code.
Oh my god.
We're all nerds. But whatever.
No, I was gonna say, the other reason you chose Jeremy is because you, like me, are probably a basement dwelling person on a computer right now and have 2 different computer screens.
No. I only have 1 computer screen, mind you. And I don't live in the basement anymore.
Ow.
Anymore.
Hey, we all have nerd caves, man. I'm proud of my nerd cave.
Anyway. My nerd cave is just my room. My room is, it's just my room. Anyways.
Yeah, moving on.
So then, on to discussion of the world, and Sammy, you get to start off this one.
Okay, so as we said, it's definitely somewhat based in France. It's fine. It's somewhat based in France, and, well, there's really not much you can say about the real world, because the real world is kind of meh. Yeah. Kinda. The only saving grace about the real world are the shut up! Jim? Shut up! It's the supporting characters. Yes, Jim is one of them.
Yay! Jim's awesome.
But you have to give credit to the other characters that are in the real world, because
I really
it would be very freaking boring if those characters weren't there, because it gives main characters to interact with.
Sorry.
Go ahead now. I'm done.
All we need is Jim. Jim is the best side character on that in the entire series, because he doesn't need to be a warrior. He just is a badass in general. Like the fact that he doesn't need to have this training to fight these creatures. Like, my favorite episode is the one where the creatures, where the actual monsters from Lyoko came to the real world, and without even a second thought, Jim stepped up and took a stand against them.
Was he the fat gym teacher?
Yes, he was the fat gym teacher, and he was awesome for it. He is on the level of Bulk and Skull from the original Power Rangers. That's their moment of awesome is what is essentially what his character is.
Yeah, I can see that. He's technically Bulk and Skull combined.
Essentially, yeah. He is Bulk and Skull. So then my turn to talk about...
I wasn't, done. I was basically, done for that particular spot.
Oh, my bad. All right, go ahead.
No, it's fine. But basically, the other part of the quote-unquote world is the Lyoko part. Now, I find this very interesting that it's split into the 4 sections that it is, because you have the ice zone, the rock, the mountain zone, the forest zone, and what the heck was that? And
you
have 2 others. I can't remember the other one. It's not the water zone. But you have four different zones, and the core is Section 5. Core is Sector 5. But the fact that it's split into those 4 different zones is actually really cool of an idea because it gives you different terrains. So the characters have to adjust their strategy for that terrain. That's actually really cool to think about because they're having to think on their feet for those 2 different terrains because you never know when the monsters are going to pop up. Now I'm finished.
Alright then. For me, the world is again. The world, there isn't much to say about as Sammy said, there isn't much to say about the human world because essentially the human world is where all the really silliness of it takes place. Because the silliness doesn't really take place in Lyoko, almost Xana, because I'm used to saying it was Xana, but no. A lot of the silliness does not exactly happen in Lyoko. But it does. A lot of it does happen in the human world. And sort of going back to Jeremy, one of his episodes has to do with the human world because it's Jeremy Reese. Wasn't it Jeremy who essentially continually took the world back in time?
Yes.
I think that's a very interesting concept because Jeremy lost control over it, but he didn't at first. So it's now put into question, how dangerous could that be if Xana got a hold of it?
Technically, Xana, the supercomputer technically is Xana's domain.
Yeah, but Xana does not have a hold of the ability to send people back in time.
No, Xana wants to kill everybody. There's a difference.
But again, just imagine how dangerous it could be if Xana could mess with time.
Wasn't it said in the series that when they went back in time, they technically erased the Xana progress so far? And so if he used it, technically he'd be harming himself.
Well, no, because what it seems like is the ones who actually use it, which are the main warriors, they remember everything. So what would happen if, say, Xana were to use it? Would he remember everything?
With the memory thing, actually, I think only the people who go into Lyoko remember. Because I remember in the pilot episode also, Jeremy didn't remember what happened because he didn't go into Lyoko.
Yeah, I suppose.
I'm just letting you know what I remember.
I know, yeah, no, you're correct. But either way,
Return to the past now!
I think that Return to the Past is essentially one of the more interesting aspects of the world because not only that, you can seriously troll somebody just by doing that.
Oh, they do. They troll people because they learn from their mistakes the first time, and then they piss off Sissy.
So Groundhog Day, just done
every
right.
Single time they go back.
Groundhog Day done right. Groundhog Day done right. I think that's a good term, Lamp.
I didn't hear it. What did you say, honey?
Groundhog Day done right.
Oh.
But no, it's just this idea. I like ideas where they can, because while they can go back in time, it's still very limited. Because I think that they said they could only go back 24 hours.
Yes, you can only go back a day.
Well, technically speaking, they just continually used it. They could go back more than a day.
No, the checkpoint is set to the 24-hour period of that day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It is basically Groundhog Day.
All right, Lamp, your turn.
The only thing I had to say about the world and the world in general, the only reason I knew, the only hint I had of them being in France was because of the way Ulrich said croissant. And I was like, wait, he did say that. That bugged me. And B...
What's wrong with croissant?
No, and the other thing is, my favorite line in the whole show so far was after, I think they failed to get Aelita out of the world for one of the times, and then Jeremy was heartbroken because it was like, oh, I tried really hard. And then they said, even heartbreak can be cured with candy, and he flipped the jelly into his mouth and chewed with the weird animation, and was like, okay, that scene stuck in my head. But the rest of it, I actually liked the time when they showed the town. It seemed like a quiet enough town where you would set just anything in, and it's like, it's a harmless setting, which it's functional. I actually kind of applaud it. It was a very functional setting. It didn't overstay its welcome, and it balanced out the digital world just enough that you didn't really notice either one too much.
Right. Alright, then. Are you done?
Yep, I'm done blabbing.
Alrighty, on to finding the logical expanse. Can we just all agree that it's Ulrich?
Yeah.
In this case, yeah, it's Ulrich. Well,
it's a toss-up between Ulrich and William, actually, if you think about it.
Yumi Actually, now that you think about it, Yumi also is probably up there too. Little bit.
Not as much. Ulrich is a little more. Just because she's the stereotypical the stereotypical emo in the show, it doesn't make her an angsty pants. She holds herself very well, technically.
All right.
Ulrich brutes.
To be fair,
the question is, we know more about Ulrich than we do William. Would William take it, or would Ulrich? Because we do know more about him, but even by the end of this series, he still was this very brooding, angsty character.
If we're gonna go with OG, like the OG angsty pants, yes, Ulrich. If we're gonna go with the newcomer and like the whiniest angsty pants, it's technically William.
But we don't know enough about William.
Yeah, but
we're going off of what we know, though.
To be fair, but I think the angsty pants as a character, the whinier they are, the more angsty they would seem. So in that sense, if we're going by function, William, but if we're going by the actual starting of the series, it's technically Ulrich. So I'm going to vote for Ulrich because he was there since day one.
Yeah, I'm going to say Ulrich. And I think that if it were William, then let's just say this: Ulrich might be the logical angsty pants, but William is by far the illogical one.
I can second that one.
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
We finally have a use for the illogical angsty pants stamp. Yay!
So we have logical and illogical. Yay! 2 for 1.
We're illogical angsty pants is not going to be a permanent thing, but
now and again.
Anyways, then let's talk about themes. Lamp, you're starting this one.
Let's see.
Unless you want to let Sammy or me start.
Yeah, y'all go first. I'm going to have to think about this one for a bit.
Sammy?
Themes. The overall one I can see right now is probably the whole... this one's hard. Probably the good versus evil fight is the most outstanding one that I've got right now because it's just there. But you also see...
You also see sort of a love theme.
And I finish. I'm collecting my thoughts. Just wait your turn, my friend. Yeah, there is that, but I'm not focusing on that. I'm more focusing on the characters themselves. So there is the good versus evil with the group and Xana, but you also see that theme of having to keep your secret identity secret.
So
that is in there.
Superheroes.
Well, technically, yes, because they can't tell anybody about Xana, or they risk shutting down the supercomputer. This is at the very, very, very beginning of the series. If they shut the supercomputer down, they risk losing Aelita. So that part made it a risk to tell anybody about Lyoko and Xana and anything like that. So that was the keep your secret identity secret part because they're trying to protect Aelita as well as the supercomputer.
And even after Aelita comes to the human world, they still can't shut it down, sadly.
Well, no, because to do so, I think, would be letting Xana free. And no.
No, I know what it is. I know why they couldn't. Aelita was still tied to Lyoko. If Lyoko goes down, so does Aelita.
That would make sense.
Aelita, essentially, her whole self, while her body is out of Lyoko, her actual self, her consciousness, is still tied directly to Lyoko.
That would make sense.
Why?
So if they were to
Sorry, go ahead.
If they were to shut down Lyoko, they would end up shutting down Aelita too. So it was still going off the idea that they can't shut it down because Aelita is too important.
So my Second Life account's important to me. I should have a Second Life account, guys. I live there.
All right. Anyways, my turn for themes then. For me, I think my favorite theme is, again, and this is it's going to seem like I'm being really repetitious. My favorite theme is family in general in this, because we see a lot through this. We see Yumi's family. I think we see Ulrich's family as well as Odd's, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But no, this whole entire series in general is about family, because it's Alita and her father who created Xana and Lyoko, and trapping Alita there. Yumi and her family have a couple of episodes. Ulrich and his family have a couple of episodes. And just in general, the warriors themselves are more like a family.
Yeah, they are, yeah.
To me, I think the best theme is in general family, wanting to protect your family, wanting to fight for your family.
I think the other one, aside from family, was just personal growth. Like, as they didn't... It wasn't a drastic change over the season, I will say that. However, it did show progression of the characters to the point where we did notice a huge change in, like, how they approached a lot of different things. And it was subtle at first, but that's what really made it grow on me, is like they actually are developing as people. So in that sense, yeah, I actually like more of that family, but also growth on each person's level, which that's why I found most impressive. Like they actually carried progression over. All right.
Then now personal feelings. Sammy, you can start with your feels.
Okay. My feels are basically I like the show. I love the show. I've been in love with the show. I listen to A World Without Danger whenever it comes on to my phone music, so I have no qualms with it. It's just been a while since I've sat down and watched it. But I still love it. I really do. Some of the quips are still there that make me laugh my tail off. And I genuinely still like the show.
Sammy, sorry.
Go ahead, I'm finished.
Sammy, I kind of want to see you cosplay as Yumi, because I think it'd be hilarious. Not Yumi, sorry, Odd.
Now that I will do, if I could ever frickin' style the wig right. If I could style the wig, I would, but the problem is, I don't have the time for that.
For me, my personal feelings are really similar to Sammy's in that I love the show. In general, I love the show, and I've actually, unlike Sammy, I've actually watched the show recently, and I still love the show. Yeah, I mean, it does drag on a little bit, just a little bit. I did feel like it went on far too long, but I still love the show in general, and like her, I still heavily love the opening to it. And I'll listen to it whenever I get a chance. And I want to do a freaking cover of it whenever I get a chance to. Anyways.
Okay, if you do that, I'll do it with you, because as long as I get the bass track. I can't say, now to be fair, I can't say, even when I watched it back when it was on, I can't say I absolutely love the show, but respect to it because it stuck with me. Like, I remember the show today from the name alone, and it did something that, like, it drew you in. You may not have liked all of it, and I didn't. But
no, there were certain episodes I was like, no.
But what I liked about it was the animation was just a bit different, and it was more different than what I'm used to seeing, which is a good step, because I've been used to seeing the same American animation or anime, which is fine. But this was a good fresh breeze of air into the animation scene, which for me, I liked that just for the animation alone. And the story didn't get ham-handed. It was a light, nice adventure through a good balance of digital and non-digital world. It was like, all right, I like the show enough to remember it today, and that's more than I can say for most shows I've watched.
Alrighty, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna going back to Xana for a second. Also say this. Another one of my personal feelings is I love Xana. Xana is the best villain because unlike a lot of villains, and I mean a lot of villains. Xana, I think, is Xana a boy or girl?
It's technically a program, but they refer to it as he.
Alright. Xana, in general, does not follow the path of villains like Rita Repulsa, where their plots start just blending into each other. Xana doesn't do that. All of the plots, all of the ideas that the show comes up with to kind of try and kill the warriors and everybody else are incredibly original.
Yeah, I mean, Xana really just wanted to muck around the human world, and it technically, used whatever it could find to do that. It was trying to get its way, and it was like, alright, I'm going to use this to blow things up now. And it's like, that's a logical step. And it's like it was a very functional but efficient villain. It didn't patter around with, "Oh, my grand idea is this." It's like, nope, blow it up. And
Though I will say this, he does have his points of really, really, really silliness. Like there's the alien one. There's the alien one. There's the ones that I remember are like the two my two favorite plots that Xana tried to do would be the alien one and the bear one. They're like the teddy bear one.
Not the giant, not the living suit of samurai armor that they brought to life?
No. It has to be the aliens reference and the just bear.
Okay, fair enough.
But, okay, here's another little quip I like about the show also. If you think about it, if someone dies, they cannot bring them back. Like, the return back to time cannot bring somebody who died back.
Nope.
So the Lyoko characters, like the Lyoko warriors, have to be careful and watch Xana, because if Xana kills anybody, they're gone forever. That's actually really clever.
Wait, where did it say that?
I think
they say it in the show.
It was mentioned that they couldn't bring it. Yeah, which now that I'm thinking about it, that wasn't an interesting like little catch-22 there. It's like, yeah, all right, now you have to fight this, but you can't mess up once. Good luck,
really
kids.
can.
Good luck, kids. Have fun.
I know it might seem dark, and I'm not surprised that they didn't do it, but I would have loved if they actually did have somebody die. Just to see just to see the reactions.
I can agree with that because it would be an interesting twist to... It would... Well, okay. It would
okay, hang on. Sissy.
No. You can't... No. She is necessary to the show.
Can't die.
She is necessary.
Just some random background character then.
Okay. That's understandable, and I actually agree with that because it would add an interesting amount of weight to the characters and decisions, or reinforce to the viewers, but at the same time, it would be unnecessary because we know what they're fighting for anyway.
Oh, there's not only that, but the characters never forget their lessons.
No,
they never learn the same lesson twice.
Which is really admirable for the show. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have thought, I would think that a lesson they all could have learned was, we need to be more careful.
Oh, they did learn
Xana
that.
Killed somebody.
They did. They wouldn't need to learn that because they learned that through everything else they did. That almost killed someone.
I suppose, but I would just love to see like their reactions if Xana had actually succeeded in killing someone.
I don't know. It'd be an interesting twist, though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It would be. Anyways, we are going way off topic, but
not really off topic since it's technically a part of the show.
Personal feels, yeah. Alright, now then, on to favorite moment, and I already sort of said my favorite moment, which is, it has to be Xana with trying to kill people with a teddy bear. I think it's just one of the most hilarious moments in the show, simply because normally Xana is this gigantic, really evil thing. Sort of like oh god, what's the villain from Lord of the Rings?
Sauron?
Sauron, yeah. It's sort of like Sauron, except that Sauron would not try and kill somebody with a teddy bear. So he's like Sauron, but kid-friendly.
If you say so.
Really?
Fair enough.
Really?
Okay.
You don't agree?
No, I'm keeping my opinion to myself. Anyway, I think it's Lamp's turn.
I sadly can't say I had a favorite moment in the show. Like, I remember watching a lot of it. Yeah, I watched a lot of it, and nothing ever stood out. It was just kind of all one experience, and this was fine. It was harmless enough, but nothing really stood out to me. So I got nothing here. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I think one of my I can't really say I have one. Every time they got back at Sissy.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but every time she ended up the butt of the joke with Nicholas and Herb. Sorry. My favorite one was when they had Sissy come to the shed, I believe, and Herb just hopped out. He's just like, I love you too, Sissy. What the heck are you talking about? Like, we now have photo proof that you guys are doing this. Like, yes.
I'll also just say this. Another one of my favorite moments is anything of Jeremy Bapua just getting. It's not even like his comedy or him getting back at Sissy is not as obvious as Odd, but when he does it, it hurts. It hurts, but it's so good. Because he is... It's not even that... Huh?
All of them getting back at Sissy is awesome. Especially Ulrich, because it rubs salt in the wound since she likes him.
No, it's just like...
Yes!
It's the fact that Jeremy has this ideal that...
Ow.
Normally...
Okay.
Sorry. Normally...
No, it's fine. I hit my knee.
Oh, alright. Normally, Jeremy is the smartest character of the entire group, so... He sometimes has to dumb down what he says. And unless somebody pisses him off, and then he just starts ranting. And it's hilarious every second of it. So, and when he does it to Sissy in particular, because she is such a freaking idiot, it is the most hilarious thing, because she has no idea what he's saying.
And it's amazing.
It is amazing.
But yeah, those are my favorite moments, especially because half of the time Sissy frickin' deserves it because she's got her nose in the air and it's just like, bring it down.
Though there are some points where Sissy had proven herself to be an ally to the Warriors.
Sometimes, yes, she
and
has
she does it so well.
That is true. I still don't like her.
It's understandable. She's a but
it's true though.
No, I can completely understand why you would hate her, but she still she has her moments of just general badassness. Of course, not as much as Jim, but that's because Jim, you can't really argue against him. But then again, all background characters, every single one of them have their moments. But Sam,
the two little reporter characters, those two are so freaking cute.
Especially whenever they get a chance to get back at Sissy, and again, like Sammy says, anytime any character gets back at Sissy, it's hilarious. But those two in particular, the one time, I think they've only ever did it one time, but when they did, it hurt her so much, and it was hilarious.
It's nice seeing characters get their comeuppance when they deserve it.
Yep. Anyways, I think that's all that I have to say on it.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say on it, at least. How about you? Kanoki. Well, thank you for watching Too Much Desu. So, that was Code Lyoko. It's a very interesting anime. Anime-ish. Sorry.
It's ish. Well, I would call it the French anime.
Technically speaking, it's actually French-Japanese.
Oh,
So it actually technically could be considered an anime.
Well, it's made by a French animation company, isn't it?
It is, but I think it said on the Wikia that it's French-Japanese.
I'll figure it out later.
But anyways, yeah, so this episode we had a lot, for me personally, I had a lot of callbacks to freaking Power Rangers. I don't know why. It was so hilarious, but anyways, that is the end of our episode. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment below telling us what animes you... Excuse me. What animes...
Wow, way to mess up the outro.
Shut up!
It's fine.
Make sure to tell us below what animes you think that we should cover next, or whatever. I'm not going to tell you what we're covering next, but I can guarantee at least half the people will like it, half the people will probably hate it. And then there's just going to be this group in the middle where we're just like, meh. But anyways. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Desu!
Way too much frickin' Desu.
No! Never too much!
And return to the past now!
Hello and everyone, welcome to Desu!